Good afternoon. So this video will summarize the takeaways from the NSTP Common Module Topic 6A, Video on Disaster Risk Reduction and Management, highlighting the critical concept and principle discussed by Alfredo Mahar Lagmay. The video provides a comprehensive framework for understanding disaster risk, emphasizing that proactive measures are more effective than reactive responses. By defining key terms and outlining the 4 pillars of DRRM, it serves as a foundation for assessing community vulnerabilities and developing practical strategies to mitigate the impact of natural hazard. So first, let me define what is this disaster. So disaster is a serious disruption of a community's function caused by a hazardous event interacting with condition of exposure, vulnerability, and capacity. Lagmay emphasizes that there are no natural disasters, only natural hazards that become disaster when a community is unprepared. For the hazard is a natural or man-made phenomenon that can potentially cause loss of life, injury, property damage, or other disruption, like floods, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions. For the exposure naman, the presence of people, infrastructure, and other vulnerable assets in area prone to hazard. For vulnerability, the characteristics and circumstances of a community that make it susceptible to the damaging effect of the hazard. These can be physical, social, and economics, or environmental. The 4 pillars of DRRM is prevention and mitigation, preparedness, response, rehabilitation, and recovery. So for the prevention and mitigation, proactive long-term action to reduce the severity of a hazard's impact before it happens. Preparedness, action taken just before a hazard impact to ensure a timely and effective response. Response, actions taken during or immediately after a disaster to save life, reduce the health impact, ensure public safety, and meet basic needs. And also rescue evacuation. For rehabilitation and recovery, steps taken after a disaster to restore livelihoods and infrastructure and to return a community to normalcy. Part 2 is community hazard and vulnerability. So for the first is my community is the town of Buhi, which is located in the province of Camarines Sur region. A significant geographical feature is its proximity to Lake Buhi, which makes the town center and lakeside residential areas particularly prone to flooding during heavy rainfall. So the primary and most frequent hazard affecting my community is flooding. This is a direct result of heavy and prolonged rainfall, which is common in the Bicol region, overflowing the lake and surrounding waterways. For the hazard of flooding, my community in Buhi has several specific vulnerabilities. First is the physical vulnerabilities, which is the geographical location, informal settlement, and lack of drainage. Second is we have the social vulnerabilities, which is the socio-economic status, dependent population, agriculture dependence. And third is the environmental vulnerabilities, which is the watershed degradation. For the Part 3, DRRM Strategy Proposal. Based on my community vulnerability to flooding, here are 2 specific and practical DRRM strategies for Buhi, addressing different pillars of DRRM. So the first strategy is the implement and enhance early warning system for flooding. This strategy directly addresses the preparedness pillar. It is a proactive measure that focuses on ensuring the community is ready to respond effectively before and during the flood event. The town's proximity to Lake Buhi and its low-lying areas make it susceptible to rapid flooding during heavy rains. An enhanced early warning system is crucial for giving residents enough time to evacuate and secure their belongings. This system would involve more than just a government-issued weather bulletin. It should include regular monitoring, a multi-tiered alert system, a redundant communication protocol, an establishment for pre-identified and well-equipped evacuation center. So this strategy is vital for your community because it directly tackles the social vulnerability of a lack of awareness and a clear plan. So for the second strategy is the implement community-based reforestation and drainage improvement project. This strategy falls under the prevention and mitigation pillars. It focuses on long-term structural interventions to reduce the severity of the flood hazard itself. Flooding is exacerbated by environmental and physical vulnerabilities such as soil erosion from deforestation, hillsides, and clogged drainage. This strategy involves a two-pronged approach. First is reforestation, two is drainage improvement. So this is a key strategy for your community because it addresses the root cause of severe flooding. Instead or just preparing for the effect, it takes action to reduce the impact of the hazard itself. By improving the local ecosystem and physical infrastructure, the town becomes more resilient, lessening and frequency and intensity of floods.